Hello, ladies and gentlemen. I'm your host, Bad Bubba Brewer, and this is the Triple B Black and Gold Dynasty Training Camp Edition. That is right, ladies and gentlemen. Yours truly went down to training camp on the greatest day of his life. The greatest day of my life is because today is my birthday. So that is why it is the greatest day in my life. And it was great to go to Latrobe because, guys, I didn't think we were ever going to have this again. I thought Pittsburgh was going to be playing and practicing at the facility. I didn't think they were going to be at Latrobe. You had to go through Ticketmaster, which I did the night before, which was last night. And I got my ticket, which was real quick, and it got me through. They just scanned it, and off I went. So it was quick. It was easy. There was a lot of people on a Friday. It wasn't too hot out, and it wasn't hot until probably the last maybe 35 minutes of practice, which we will get into that momentarily. But I wanted to say it was a nice atmosphere. It was kind of solemn a little bit because it was the first time in a long time that Big Ben Roethlisberger was not at camp. So for me, that was something. And it was overwhelming. Hey, Shane, thanks for tuning in to the Black and Gold Dynasty Steeler podcast. And this is episode 11, the training camp edition, because it's so hard for me to remember everything that I saw today because let's get right down to it. There was a lot of stuff to talk about, and it was my first time back at Chuck Noll Stadium in over 2 years, like I said. Number 38, Carl Joseph, the secondary corner guy, was the first person that I saw out there at 1:20. At 1:20 in the afternoon, he was out there before anybody else catching some balls, you know what I mean? So to me, he's trying to make the team. He's out there way before everybody else, and he's catching some balls. So I jotted that down in some notes because actually I have some notes from this training camp. There was no Pat Fryermuth. He was injured. I don't know the legalities of his injury. He's, had his jersey on. He was walking. Also, Dante Johnson did some drills. He did some drills. Is he a WV guy? I did not know that, Shane. He did some drills with the receivers, but he did not do anything else the rest of the day. He just did a couple drills with the receivers. So, and they had 7-on-7. They started that halfway after the stretching. So, and the 7-on-7, guys, I know it's real early. It's the second full day of Steeler training camp. And I just want to say, if this was next week when I go down and this quarterback, all these quarterbacks, except for the 4th round quarterback, who I did not see touch a ball. He did not touch a ball. He had the clipboard, and that's all he was doing. The 7th round pick out of, it was just, I thought he was going to do a little bit. I mean, they did some one-on-one drills, but he didn't get any of the 7-on-7. So that's probably because they have to do that, and they have to give time for these quarterbacks. But anyway, hey everybody, now I'm back on. Hey Bob, thanks for tuning in. Hey Louie, now it just got on Facebook. Nathan, thank you, Michelle, for the happy birthday wishes. I just want to say that Trubisky was 2 out of 4 on the 7-on-7 drill, and he looked a little rusty, guys. Mason Rudolph. Now get this. Now don't fall off your seats. Don't fall off your chairs, and don't fall off your couches, and don't fall down the steps when I tell you this. But Mason Rudolph was 4 out of 4 on the 7-on-7. That's right. I won't stutter because I did stutter today. Mason Rudolph was 4 out of 4 on the 7-on-7 drills. That's right. Kenny Pickett was 3 out of 4. He had a nice long pass, nice touch, but the receiver was just out of his fingertips, and that was a long ball. I don't know. It's just right now, like I said, we're 2 days in and I can't expect too much. But if this was next week and this quarterback 1, 2, and 3, right now, and you guys can kill me if you want. Right now, Mason Rudolph is having right now in 2 days, he looks better than the two of them, than all three of them, actually. And I'm so surprised. Maybe they're looking to trade bait. I don't know. Because in the quarterback drills, it was Trubisky, Mason Rudolph, and Kenny Pickett. So, and that's I wanted to look at that because the fields are so big, it's so hard. I couldn't see too much of the defense because it was on the other side. So I was looking at the receivers and I could look at the quarterbacks doing their drills, and I looked at the special teams, different special team drills they were doing with Smith in the special teams guys, getting them guys ready because most of those are rookies, and that's what caught my eye with the special teams was Connor Hayward actually caught my eye doing the special teams on the drills, and they also were doing punt drills, guys. They were doing punt drills with the machines, and then Gunner and then a couple other guys were trying to catch punts, and Gunner actually had three balls, three footballs. He was catching the punt returns, and he caught number 4. He was the only guy down there because I think they had probably some personal competitions at training camp, and he had 4 and he tried for 5, but he didn't get the 5th one, but he did get 4 balls in their competition, and he's fast. I never seen him before. He former New England Patriots, and he was fast. There's a lot of guys. I didn't have any of the information with the players' numbers, and I had to go, and I'm getting older and it was hard to see. So, but I do like, and I do like Connor Hayward. Like he ran a couple pass routes because they did some double tight ends down there because Dante wasn't playing, and I believe Chase was hurt, I believe, and I just learned that after. But I will tell you this, the 4th round pick, Calvin Austin, was my superstar of training camp. He is so fast, like they couldn't even catch him. He got a short ball. No, he got a sweep, and he just took off on a corner and he was gone. So that's going to be something to see further in camp. Now, if you guys get an opportunity to go to camp, hey, Steve, thanks for tuning in. If you got an opportunity to go to camp, there's a lot of stuff. Like when I went down there, they have a lot of Steeler stuff. You go through the big Steeler tent. You guys can get some Steeler merchandise. It's not as pricey as you think unless you're getting autographed helmets. They had a Vince William some equipment there for more than $500. They have some shirts and they had some hats and stuff like that. But they had Chris Hoke. They have some Steelers every training camp day. They would do an hour. They were just snapping pictures with everybody. And I went up to Steve, or I went up to Chris Hoke. Steve's on the thing here, so I'm talking and looking at the same time. But Chris Hoke, I got to ask him. I asked him if I could ask him a couple questions, and he graciously did. And I have that on the Triple B Experience YouTube channel. It's less than a minute. I got a couple questions out because it's got to be fast because you got to get through. Yeah, I know, Steve. I mess up all the time. You get through the line. Hey, Chris, thanks for tuning in. So you get through the line, and he just takes autographs. He was so nice to everybody, and it's just like they had people playing video games, Steeler video games. I think on the Xbox, signing up. You could sign up, to win a Steeler truck. God bless you if you can win a truck. Stuff like that, some promotion stuff. And they have a new show on KDKA and CW for fans. Fans that have stories, fans that have, downstairs man caves, tattoos, all this stuff. So yours truly, and me, I got some information. I got to send him an email, and I'm going to try to have the KDKA team to do come to the house, and definitely going to have Cable and Mav down here. Hopefully Cable doesn't wear any New England Patriot stuff. And if we can get him to do a segment about the Triple B Bar and Grill downstairs. Hey, Steve, Najee looked good. He looked really, really good. And honestly, I mean, he really didn't do too much. McFarland looked very good. But there are some other backs which I couldn't tell who they were. And it wasn't like they were just, going through the motions. But I am not I am not happy with the quarterback looking about it. Like Mason Rudolph, like I said before, looked to be the number one quarterback right now. If this was starting day, it would be Mason Rudolph, and I can't believe I said that. I mean, he looked crisper. He looked comfortable behind the pocket. Mitch did not look comfortable. And hey, Paul, how you doing? And Kenny Pickett didn't look as the superstar of Kenny Pickett at Pitt. So he's going to have a lot of growing pains, and I think I'm going to go down next week, and hopefully they get a little better. I just don't know. Like Gentry had a nice catch over the middle. He looks like a powerhouse, and like Calvin Austin was my superstar of today's practice. Now I know some people were probably looking at some other stuff, but I couldn't see. Like I said, the Steelers, like T.J. Watt is T.J. Watt, guys. And I know Mitch Trubisky went against the first team, but still, I mean, you got to look a little better. They're all mobile. This is no more Ben Roethlisberger standing behind the pocket, like it was before. Hey!
What the hell are you doing?
Hey, what are you doing?
You are not supposed to be on my screen right now.
Why not? Well, you come on. Hey, come on.
Go, baby.
Hey, come on. You should have. I tell you what, we got some quarterback controversy, Mav.
Well,
I'm telling you, Mason
Rudolph was the best looking one.
He was 4 for 4 out of the 7, brother. Thanks for popping in. I got scared. I thought I did something wrong.
I was going to set up the room for our show here in about a little less than a half hour.
Well, I wanted to get this done. You know why? Because A, I'd forget everything. And actually, I was down at the Rose Inn.
I do the same.
Yeah. So that's the word is I was right.
You should.
Mason Rudolph, if this was today opening day, Mason Rudolph would be the number one quarterback.
No, he wouldn't, because he's as good as gone.
I know
matter.
that.
Listen, bro. It doesn't matter how good he does, right? Doesn't matter. He's got to go.
Well, he's going to be trade bait.
Well, yeah. Well, they can talk him up all he wants. That's the thing. They talk him up. Keep talking him up, because then we'll get more
I like
for
that shirt. I like that.
That's right, baby. I work for you.
Yeah. Well, I mean, it was nice. It was overcast and it was cloudy. It was nice because usually when I go, it's like 95 degrees.
Hotter than the gates of.
Well, the gates of hell. But the gates of hell were open in about probably about 3:20, and it started getting hot because I had a black shirt and it was getting. I mean, I was talking to a Cleveland Browns fan at Steeler training camp. A nice guy.
Yeah.
Nice guy. Yeah.
What was he doing there?
He just wanted to see, others. He was in town and he wanted to see the Steelers training camp.
Cool. Whatever.
Yeah. Even though I told his quarterback's never going to play because,
Yeah, that's a sticky situation. No pun intended.
Yeah. But I didn't know that.
Well, again, they're not even giving Kenny a chance at this point. Honestly.
He had a nice pass though. It was a long pass. It was just out of the reach. Like he had the longest ball thrown today. He had a nice touch, but the receiver just was out of his fingertips. And if he would have caught that, I got no fucking
Austin
clue. No, it wasn't Austin. Austin had a nice sweep that I said before, and he was gone. That was my superstar of training camp today. And I do like Connor Hayward.
Oh,
and I was just looking at a lot of. Yeah, I was
he's not huge, but he's a tight end. Are they going to use him as that?
I don't know. I think they had him in a lot of tight end stuff. I mean, I seen Derek Watt because I seen more of the offense because the on the other side was the defense.
Derek Watt's a waste of money.
I know, but he's paid $9 million to stand around. It's terrible.
Oh, it was 9. I thought it was 5.
Well, it was his total. He got about $10 million with the Steelers in his career. A little too much.
Again, to kind of get back to what I was saying, not to hijack your show here.
No, I thought I did something fucking wrong, and I was like, oh fuck,
I didn't even know you were on. I wanted to
do this real quick. I wanted to do it real quick because I know we're doing another unscripted, but I wanted to get this done because I'd forget everything, and I wrote it all down.
Here's the thing: best case scenario is that Kenny Pickett comes out with this job because let's face it. If he can come out with this job, we have him for what, 5 years?
Yeah, I think it's 5.
5 years, okay. Where Trubisky, we have him for 2. And if he does well, by the grace of God, we're gonna have to pay him, right? If Kenny Pickett does well, we can afford to put more of a team around him because he's cheap for 5 years.
There's a lot of receivers down there that I tell you what, like, I mean, like I said before, Dante was doing some drills, but he went on the sidelines.
Well,
And I tell you what,
that's another situation.
he can roll. He can he can roll out.
Is he trade bait at this point too?
Yeah, I would trade him. I would trade him for some draft picks and just go with what we got.
Well, okay, explain that a little bit.
Well,
what would you trade him for? Draft pick wise.
I don't think we'd get a 2. I don't think we get a 2, but I think we get a 3. I would trade Mason and him to get maybe a 2 for next year. I know I'm crazy. I only had 1 beer at the Rose Inn, but
2? Damn. There were people talking on the radio that we could get 1 for Johnson.
I don't think he's a 1. I don't think so. I don't know.
Man.
I mean,
I don't either, to be honest.
This is going to be a debate.
Yeah, I don't know, man. I just.
Yes, Donnie, they do have some growing pains, and
hey,
you
what's
know
up,
what,
Donnie?
Joe?
Hey, Shane.
Thanks for tuning in, guys.
Hey, guys, listen. Here's the deal. Sorry, Bubs, I'm not meaning to take over.
No,
guys. I have to say something real quick. Donnie, Shane, if you're interested, we're having a little birthday bash for Mr. Brewer here in about a little less than a half hour. And I will be collecting Bad Bubba Brewer stories. So if you want to come on and rib him a little bit and actually wish him a happy birthday, I will send you the link. Okay.
Yeah. So that'd be awesome.
Let me know.
Because I thought I messed up on this podcast because Mav come out of nowhere. I just said hello to his mom and I figured the fucking world was coming to an end and I was in trouble.
Oh, no.
Yeah. But they had some good Steelers stuff there.
But I just want to say it is Mr. Brewer's birthday. And we're going to do a little celebration after.
And that's why I wanted to do this, because
podcast.
I'm never going to do a Steeler podcast on my birthday. I'm never going to do an unscripted on my birthday. Like, I mean, and it's great. Thank you, Steve, because I got the Facebook stuff going. But it was so exciting.
Send us your email, guys. Send us your email.
Send us your emails.
I'll send you the link to the show, and we'll if anybody has any good Bubba Brewer stories, you're gonna come on and talk.
My mom put me in a paper today, so let's not get into criminal section.
Oh,
we'll be okay.
Okay. That's hilarious.
Yeah. So, but I mean, there was some good, and I got that interview with Chris Hoke that I put on our YouTube channel.
If you want to call that an interview, yeah.
Yeah, if you want to call it an interview, because I was stuttering.
You were stuttering. Oh my God. It was like you were all like flustered. It's Chris Hoke. It's not like
no, it's just like I asked him and I had people going in front and I didn't have the camera. When you do an interview, you got to turn the camera sideways. I didn't do that. And I was trying to do it as fast as I could because honestly, I didn't think he would grant me an interview. And I had it up in my head. And it just didn't come out the second time. But I mean, I just wanted to ask, and real quick, what was your greatest Steeler moment, and what is it to be a Pittsburgh Steeler? 2, things, and it just blah 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 blah. And I was sober, but I mean, I got it out, and then I could have jumped the fence and got into it with Tomlin because I seen Tomlin. I did a real thing, and so. I don't know. I just was.
It's your birthday.
There was a lot of people. Yeah, I didn't, and I left when it was. Well, actually, there was a big fight at the end. That was awesome.
That's the second one.
Yeah, that was. I think it was the new guy, the Cole. I think it was the center come out of nowhere. He ran across the field, and I couldn't get my phone quick enough because he hit.
I heard it was a free agent. It was some kind of free agent that.
Well, he hit the dude from behind. He ran across the field. He hit him from behind, and it was bad. Like everybody came, and that's how they ended practice. Tomlin got in there, and he started, getting everybody calmed down, and he was preaching a little bit. But I mean, maybe it's the tenacity of both sides because there was some real competition, even though they were in shorts and shoulder pads. They were still both sides chirping at the draws to each other for real. The defense was like really getting it when they shut them down, and there was not too many big plays from the offense from what I saw today.
No,
I was happy on the more defense oriented stuff. I mean, I was happy with that. Not just that one play with that Calvin Austin. I mean, he is so quick.
He's freaking an acrobat out there.
Yeah, and I never seen like the special teams, block kicks before practice because they're doing something probably a little different. Like everybody getting a chance, all these rookies and all these special teamers going into the block kick drill, and he block it and then he tried to recover it in the end zone. They were trying to do that. Yeah. So it was different stuff. But
what else happened? Anything? Anything
Uh
notable that
no, I mean just this that Mason was better than the three and the fourth string
that's what
quarterback.
everybody
Just
says?
he never got into any 7-on-7 drills, and he never got in on any 11-on-11 drills. So he was holding the clipboard. He would just he had a couple passes when they were just throwing passes to receivers in routine pass patterns, but nothing on 7-on-7 or 11-on-11. That doesn't look
Hmm.
good either, man. You don't even like he didn't even
Interesting.
get one ball. So hey, Paulette, thanks
Well,
for tuning in.
there's too many of them. There's too damn many
Well,
of them.
well, I mean, they just well, that first 7-on-7 at Mitch Trubisky, it was terrible. He was
Oh yeah.
terrible. He was
Well,
god awful. He was scrambling out of the pocket, but he was terrible. And then I mean Kenny, like I
any
said,
concerns if Kenny doesn't get any reps with the first team by next week?
he, let's say probably 2 weeks from now. I don't think he's the third. He's on depth. He's the third on the depth chart.
He's got to get some first team reps before their first game,
I don't know
or
if he
else.
will. I'm telling you, I'm telling you, I don't know if he will.
No, I knew it wasn't going to be easy. Like I
Uh-uh.
knew Mason Rudolph was going to come out swinging this year. He has to, but that's just for him to stay in the NFL at this point. Not even just with the
Oh,
Steelers. I think
he'll
just
have
the
it. Well,
NFL.
he would have a he would have a
He might
job in
go
the
to
NFL.
Cleveland.
He's well, he's proven 5-4. He's
Yeah.
proven he's a proven quarterback at 5-4. I believe, like I talked to a guy down there, I believe that concussion against the Ravens was his undoing. And then when people got under his skin, I don't think he could just he's not the
Well,
kind of person that's like, hey, fuck you people, suck these nuts, and I'm here to play. I think he's more of hey, I don't like to be
emotional. Yeah.
I don't want
Yeah.
to be picked on, leave me alone. But also too, when you get
Uh,
your head caved in, I think it's a little issues.
he was a great ball player in college, though. He was a
Oh
pit killer.
yeah,
Every time
that's
he
what I
played
told a
pit, he
guy.
killed him.
Yep, yeah, he did kill Pitt. So I
You
mean,
know.
I don't know, and it was it's only 2 days. It's only 2 days. Like I said, if this is next week and this is next Saturday, and I go down and Mason's lighting them up, there are some issues, and I
Well,
know even
we
I
got
just know
1 year contract for him, 2 years for Trubisky, 5 for Pickett. Pickett needs to win this battle if we
they
want
could
to
keep
have any other
they
players
could
on this
keep
team.
they could keep all three. They could keep all four actually, and have that kid to scout the draft from seventh round pick be their Lamar Jackson on scout teams because there's enough
That's
quarterbacks.
that's a waste.
They can afford it.
That's a waste.
You can't have Pickett as your scout team.
No, absolutely not. It's a
And
waste of a first round draft pick if you do that.
well, it's I don't know. Like I think they're gonna run. I think they're gonna run the ball and do double tights. That Gentry he is a monster,
Yeah, Gentry's
and that
Mhm.
John Legue, number 77, just his pads and not his helmet.
Yeah, massive.
Holy fucking shit, is he huge?
Hmm.
He's
Yeah, big
huge.
boy.
And our offensive line there is nobody small. I mean, I had a good view of those
Well,
guys
that
down
doesn't
there,
make them good
but
though.
it doesn't make them. They got to get people off the ball.
Yeah.
So,
Yep.
I think Kendrick Green was the smallest of them all the linemen I saw
Isn't that
today.
funny?
Yeah,
And he wasn't playing center, right?
he's not playing center. It's that Cole.
Was he
That
doing
Cole's gonna
right
play
guard?
center.
Or where?
They were just lining up doing some drills, and I don't even know. It's so hard to see from where I was at. I need binoculars, but I mean, I tried to like do some stuff on my phone, but it's so hard and so far away when I try to do some stuff. But I mean, the running backs will get through the first line, and then they would just get their runs, and then they run down to the end zone and run back because they're getting their wind up, you
Yeah.
know. But I mean, Najee looks phenomenal.
Oh,
He
that's
just
good.
looks. I mean, even the drills when they had the drills, they try to bounce the balls off. When they had the running drills. Um, McFarland looked fast
Hmm.
on the outside. Benny, I didn't see too much of Benny Snell.
Well,
And they had a number 30, and I don't have the stuff. I didn't have the stuff in front of
is
me.
that the guy we got from Tennessee?
That could be. He didn't look too bad either. But I just it's hard to say. And it was great to be there because I haven't done it since before COVID. So like everybody else. And there wasn't a lot. It was Friday. Tomorrow will be packed. Saturday
Oh
be
yeah,
packed.
yeah. Well, when's the big night at Latrobe?
Latrobe's next Friday night. I'm going to that, and then I'm also going back Saturday. I'm going back Saturday because it was at 1:55 and it's 3:55 the afternoon. 1:55 to 3:55 is practice. You know what I mean? They're stretching and they're doing their drills.
Yeah, it's too early. I can't
Yeah.
get there from my,
Yeah, I
you know what I
thought
mean?
yeah, I feel you. And I thought the punt what they were doing with the punt, they were doing punts, and I've said this before, maybe before we got on. Like that gunner, they were doing a competition to see how many balls they could catch at the same time.
Oh,
You know what I mean? To
really?
hold on to their ball, to hold on to the footballs.
Hmm.
And Gunner had 4. He had 4, and he was going for 5 at the same time, and it dropped off. And I thought that was pretty cool. And he's
I've never seen that. That's
yeah, I
interesting.
never did either. And I tell you what, there is going to be competition in some special teams returners
Yeah.
between
Right.
him and this Austin kid. I'm telling you. Hey, Chris, thanks for tuning in. Like this Austin kid, number 19, is so fucking fast. Like he can cut. Like he is. I'm just spooning over him right now. Like, you know, yeah, I was great. I just, tried to take everything in and tried to do the journalism approach. I didn't go crazy. I didn't jump the fence. I didn't do any of that. But I'm going back down next week. But like I said, and I wanted to bring it to the foundation of Steeler Nation here, Mason Rudolph. If this was the last training camp, if this is second to the last training camp, Mason Rudolph would be your starter today. Mason Rudolph would be your starter against Cincinnati if this was the second to the last practice. Thank God it's the second practice.
Yeah.
I'm telling you, people are like, Rudolph looks better. I was going to say something to Matt Canada, and yeah, Chris Oskins and Pickens will be great. Yeah, I do believe that. And that's why Dante Johnson could be an afterthought. This
Well,
Pickens kid,
I still feel like you need him with some young like quarterbacks that aren't proven yet. I think
well,
it's a good idea to have
he's
Johnson
not
if
going to get the holdout TJ Watt kind of deal. You don't do this. You just do your year and see what you're going to get. Like he's
yeah.
just holding, you know what I mean? He's just doing what TJ did, do a couple drills, but he's not doing any 11 on 11 or no 7 on 7. So he just did like basic drills that were getting, the assistants were throwing the balls and stuff like that. And then that was it. That's all
Yeah.
he was doing, and
Right.
I don't know what was wrong with Pat Firemuth. Like he didn't do
He
anything.
was hurt.
Yeah. And I
And
heard
Claypool
Chase
got hurt
Claypool.
too.
Yeah.
Shoulder. How do you get hurt not doing anything?
Well, he
I mean,
was
I guess
doing
you could like doing run but it was a shoulder injury. Like what?
well. Some of them
Like
fell down. Maybe he was the one that tried to catch that. I don't think he was the one trying to catch Kenny's long ball, but that dude fell. It was fingertips. It was a
yeah.
long ball, and that was the longest ball thrown all day. And people cheered, but then the receiver didn't. It's so hard to. I was filming or watching. It's so hard because everything's happened. You can't
Yeah.
be slow, ladies and gentlemen, doing it shit. It just doesn't pay. Like I was
I'm
slow with the big
assuming
fight.
your
So
nephew wasn't there since he's probably on break or he
yeah,
might
he's
have.
on break. I couldn't get
Yeah.
down to the field.
Yeah.
No, I couldn't. I couldn't get that. Hey, thanks, Scott. Thanks. Go Dolphins. No, wrong site, brother. Wrong site. This is a Steelers. This is a Steeler podcast, the greatest
But all's
franchise.
welcome. Thanks for
It's
watching.
all, yeah. You can say. I think we play you guys this year. I think we do.
Yeah.
I got a Steeler magnet. I put it on the fridge.
You got yourself
And
some
before,
birthday presents?
yes, and yeah, I didn't buy anything, but I did. I talked to Pittsburgh mascot Troy. He looks like Troy Polamalu. Hey
I
man,
saw.
he didn't want to cut an interview,
Oh,
but I got
did you
him.
see Troy's nephew's trying out for WWE?
No, I did
Troy
not see that.
Polamalu's nephew, yeah.
Oh wow, I did not see that. Give him the flying coconut.
Oh, hey, he can
Yeah.
fit in with the rest of the Samoans.
Yeah, but I also I talked to a guy from KDKA because they do a KDKA show. So I got to send him an email, and they do like man caves and like tattoos and famous Steeler stories and traditions. And I told him about us. We do a podcast, and I said, "Oh man, God, yeah, I do a Steeler podcast, and then there's 3 of us, and we do a pulp culture podcast and other stuff." And I said, "It's an experience." He's like, "Well, email me." So if I can get KDKA. Ladies and gentlemen, KDK downstairs to the Triple B Bar and Grill, because I told them I have a Steeler bar. They would come to the house and cut it, and then we would try to do a show. I told Tam, I said, I get a hold of Cable and Mav, and hopefully fucking Cable don't wear no New England Patriots shit there, but he probably will. Yeah, he probably will.
Kick his ass out.
Yeah, yeah. He'd be looking in like Gumby, the Christmas special. but hey, I appreciate everybody for tuning in. I'm going to share this, but this is my episode where it was my first training camp in over 2 years, and I wanted to get this out on my birthday before we do an unscripted. And
Unscripted is next.
Unscripted is next. And it's
slash
all
Bubba's
raw.
birthday bash. So
Yes.
please, if anybody has a good Bubba Brewer story, send us your email. We'll bring you on. We'll send you the invite. You come on and wish Bubba happy birthday.
Mav's got something planned up his fucking sleeve. I know he does.
Well,
I hate to say this. I know he does, but I appreciate everybody for tuning in. Hit like, subscribe. We'll be back on in approximately, I don't even know, a couple more minutes. Yep. So, but hey, Steeler fans, it's been great. Steelers training camp. I will be there next week again. Steelers Realm. They have a big interview this week, and they'll be down at Latrobe, and I'm going to hook up with them Friday and Saturday. So, hey, Steeler Nation, thank you. You are listening to the Triple B Black and Gold Dynasty training camp, first edition since 2020. And Mav just rolled out again, and he rolled back in.
Well, so I rolled out because I wanted you to have your thunder.
Oh no, I got no thunder.
Well,
I got no thunder.
This is your
got
stick.
No thunder. I need a drink of water though. I got no thunder because I had an icy light. I had some wings at Rose Inn. So yeah, thank you. But Iron City would do me in. But okay, everybody, peace out. I got to do the thing, and we are out of here.
We're up next.